Alright guys, what's going on? This is April 7th, 2026, and I am going to cover the first handful of games of the Kronjack hosted Random Free-for-All Tournament. This is a casual tournament, of course, full of casual players. The definition of casual being Akira and lower in terms of skill. And so if that is you, then feel free to join us whenever we host future casuals events. Yeah, so if you don't know the Kronjack random format, he randomly chooses maps on the Tane website, and he makes sure that the game or the map isn't broken, and then he makes a tournament out of the handful of maps that he chooses. And so this is the first of those games, Gothic Dorf Riot. The map itself looks somewhat familiar, but Gothic Dorf Riot, I have no idea what that is. Let's find out. So we do have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 start map. We have Baron, Goldsbane, Overdose,
Game on.
the Soup Club with Kronjack and Thor, Walter White, and Sanglane. Thor 311 is a returning player. Welcome back, and good luck. It's always good to see some players finding their way back to Myth after decades, and especially when they have a casual attitude, as is the case with Thor. So again, King of the Hill, and it looks like we have 2 Dwarven Pathfinders, 4 Dwarven Pathfinders, and so yeah, I think it's just going to be a bottle fight. I think I could just leave the camera here and run my gab here. I don't need to move the camera at all. Looks like Kronjack's team making it close. Or actually Sanglane might get there first. One thing that you can't really see is that it's raining right now. I'm not sure if in review mode you can see the rain, but you can definitely see it in the water here. And that's why all these bottles, or most of the bottles, are dudding. We have a fight here. Oh,
Flag lost.
you see the flare. But the flare seems to have... Oh, there we go. We see a disaster. See some airstrike bottles. Captured. I don't know if they're going to actually work because of the environment.
Flag contested. 5
Goldsbane
minutes remaining.
Opting to create a minefield. I think his plan is to sort of spray a bunch of bottles at everybody.
Flag.
There we go. Unfortunately, it doesn't do any damage. And now we have a bunch of airstrikes. This is a
flag captured. Player eliminated.
This is a dry battlefield right now. The rain has stopped, so all of these... You can see all these satchel charges going off. Everybody's blowing up. Goldsbane needs to get out of there.
Flag captured.
Okay, actually he's going to take the flag. Nice. Yeah, so this is a hugely weather-dependent map. once it stops raining, then it's sort of a free-for-all, I guess. Even though the game type is free-for-all, but it wasn't such when it was raining. Oh, it looks like the rain has started again, so we might get a lot more duds. We see some airstrike grenades being thrown out. I don't think they're going to work.
Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag contested.
We see Garnish being a bit sneaky with his camping. I think he actually could be throwing with this guy on this guy. There should be enough room there, but he's opting to just pilot this one on the flag.
Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured.
Alright, the rain has stopped. Let's see some carnage.
Flag captured. Team
See some airstrikes going down. A lot of explosions.
Flag captured. Flag captured.
And overdose.
eliminated.
I am going to get annihilated somehow. Garnish is going to blow up one of his own guys. And I think if
Flag
Garnish
captured.
kills Gholsbane in the next couple of seconds, he can actually win this
Flag
game,
contested.
but he's going to have to do it quickly. But the rain has started again, which is, I think it's going to give Gholsbane the time he needs to secure this
1
victory.
minute remaining.
He just needs a couple seconds. Yep, I think that does it. So the rain actually saved Gholsbane. It looked like Garnish was going to swoop in for the victory, but now the best that Baron can do is get second place. And of course, I'm not too happy about that
30
because
seconds remaining.
I was going to be second place if the game ended.
Flag contested.
So I blame it on the rain.
Game over.
All right, and that's going to do it. So to kick off the Kronjack Random Free-for-All 2026 edition, Gholsbane with the win, and very admirable damage as well. 8 kills, 36 damage. You could tell all sorts of sick stuff was going through his head. You know, he was trying to make these bottle piles to sort of spray at everybody, and sometimes during these random games you have to be sick and twisted, and I think that worked in Gholsbane's favor. Alright, moving on. We have King of the Hill on Tequila Mockingbird. Of course, most myth players should be familiar with To Kill a Mockingbird, but this is Tequila Mockingbird. We shall see what the difference is. Alright, and this is a very bright map. You can see that the actual terrain, this white terrain, is not reflected in the overhead map. It looks like even the rivers are this white color. Almost, it looks like graph paper. Yeah, a graph paper map. Anyway, Overdose and Sanglane are a team. We have Goalsbane, Kronjack, Team Ponta de Cord with Baron and Groove, Thor 311, and Spy.
Game on.
So again, with these King of the Hill maps, I think I'm just going to zoom in on the middle. Looking at these unit types, it does look like there's kind of an optimal trade. Either max dwarves. Did I max dwarves? Yeah, max dwarves, journeyman, and thrall. Kind of reminiscent of maybe King of the Hill on Badlands, where it's just dwarves, thrall, and journeyman. Or sorry, King of the Hill on Untamed Lands, where it's just dwarves, thrall, and journeyman. Except, of course, this is a 6-start map. We'll see who is able to get these very advantageous hills and, these kinds of terrain advantages. I don't know if anyone can get up on these, but certainly on this ridge here, that's going to be a highly sought after area, as is this ledge and this area here. Let's see who makes it to the hill first. I definitely like my strategy of just going in with the journeyman first, because they can take quite a bit of punishment, and it's important to get some time.
Flag captured.
It seems like Groove is a bit slow, and all of his guys are stuck behind this white. So this is just a rookie mistake. Oh, this is Thor. Okay, sorry. Groove and Thor, they're kind of interchangeable, but yeah, you definitely don't want to be walking behind your white. Oh, Goalsbane is going. Oh, Goalsbane just explodes, dropping satchel charges in the middle. This is very ill-advised, and unfortunately, Goalsbane is going to pay the price. He may also have a little bit of a target on his head since he won the first game.
Flag contested.
Yeah, he is getting surrounded now. Who's this? Kronjack. Kronjack's gonna lose, but yeah, Goalsbane really just. I think he made a mistake by dropping those satchels. Looks like Spy is going for the camping journeyman. Oh, but he's going to lose it. Baron and Groove with somewhat the same strategy as me and Sanglane with the keep the journeyman, just have him take damage and heal and accrue time. Groove is moving there with his dwarves. And I don't know if there's anyone to counter who can counter. Now we have Spy coming in, going after these Thor 311 Thrall, who are completely ineffective. And Thor should actually just wipe out Spy's dwarves. I don't know what he was doing.
Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag contested.
see Spy going in with his Thrall. Lots of Journeymen exploding.
Player eliminated. Flag
Looks like
captured.
Kronjack's going to lose all of his
Flag
guys.
lost. Flag contested.
I actually like what Groove's doing with his Journeymen. For some reason, they have 98%, and no one seems to be going after them. Yeah, if Overdose and Sanglane want to win this game, they need to make a move on Groove right now. We see these Journeymen from Baron, Groove, Thor 311 has a Journeyman in there. Looks like Sanglane and Overdose, we're going to lose our Dwarves. So now it's just a time game. Gotta push Baron off the flag, but it's going to be tough because they have 70%.
Player eliminated. Player eliminated.
And there's just a healing fest going on. Looks like everyone's just swinging shovels.
Game over.
Alright, and that's going to do it. So, Baron and Groove basically uncontested until the last minute or so. 98% going into the end game. Yeah, no one really contested them. And Overdose and Sanglane, we got some good position here. Got massive time with the Journeyman, so good job on Sanglane. And Groove, nice triple digit damage, so good stuff out of him. That is game 2. Aside from the map being graph paper, I think it was actually a pretty decent map. And now this is the opposite, where this map looks terrible, but I'm sure the actual map is going to look better. Or will it? Who knows? This is King of the Map, Battle at 4 Rivers. Alright, so we've got 4 teams here. We have the Crazy Ghols with Obelix and Overdose, Ponta Decord with Bran, Thor 311 and Groove, the Mythfits with Sanglane and Ghoulsbane, and the Soup Club with Kronjack, Walter White, and Spy. Obelix complaining that he's blinded, and his complaint does have some merit. This is a very bright map. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly the best color scheme that Myth has to offer. Anyway, we do have Archer Heroes, Fetch, a Balor unit,
Flag captured.
Amazons, Ghols, Mercridia. So we'll see what happens.
Flag captured.
Looks like the Crazy
Flag
Ghols.
captured.
Oh, look at that.
Flag captured.
And Overdose is going to melt some of these Amazons.
Flag captured.
Okay, so Kronjack did not get any Soulless,
Flag
and there are
captured.
these archer heroes instead, so actually Soulless are pretty useless on this map, I think, because of the archer heroes.
Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured.
There's a lot of action in the middle, but we see here this Goldsbane.
Flag lost.
Goldsbane with the flank. But it looks like Goldsbane might get wiped out here. We have a Balor fight. And Goldsbane's gonna lose his Balor. I don't know what he was trying to do there. Meanwhile, we see some archers from Groove,
Flag
very
captured.
effective.
Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag contested.
And it looks like Obelix not returning fire. He's just gonna get gunned down, it looks like.
Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag lost.
And we see Baron making
Flag
moves here,
captured.
pushing over
Flag
those,
contested.
pushing me and Obelix
Flag
off our starting
captured.
flags.
Flag lost.
Over here,
Flag
we have
captured.
Senglain
Flag contested.
slowly tagging flags that
Flag
are all unoccupied. So this is actually very smart team.
Flag
The
contested.
Misfits.
Flag lost.
About half the map is just
Flag
completely
captured.
unoccupied because for some reason everybody is going to the east.
1 minute remaining. Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag captured. 30 seconds remaining. Flag
It seems to
captured.
be
Team
just kinda
eliminated.
mopping up here.
Flag lost.
You know, it's just a lot of isolated
Flag contested.
tagging with whatever units
Flag
aren't dead.
captured.
But yeah, Senglain and Goldsbane were really just able to. I mean,
Flag captured.
look how clean this side of the map is. There's barely no
Game over.
evidence of battle, whereas all of the death and destruction was mostly here, and here, I guess, to a degree. But yeah, I think Senglain and Goldsbane were able to just sort of get an easy win there. But great job by them. moving on, we have Out of Kilter, King of the Hill. Here we go. Alright, so thankfully the color scheme on this map is a little bit better, even though it's still a bit bright for my liking. We have the Harbingers of Funk with Groove, Kronjack, and Baron, Crazy Calls, Obelix, Walter White, and Spy, Fours Irregulars, Goulsbane, Sanglane, and Stalin, Team Blank, Overdose, Thor 311, and Killer King. So I think this is going to play pretty similar to that Tequila Mockingbird game, where it's just kind of a grab for the middle. You got these choke points.
Game on.
I do believe that units can go on these 4 ledges, but at the same time, you really just want to get your guys in the middle just to stack some time. It seems like everyone more or less got the same unit trade. I'm not sure if trading was on or off. We do have a couple of wolves. Okay, so Goulsbane's got 2 wolves. I've got 4 wolves, so there must have been some kind of trading on. Oh, Walter White's got 8 wolves. Obelix has, well, Obelix, Walter White, and Spy have 8 wolves. 10 wolves, even.
Flag
so
captured.
That is a lot of
Flag
animals there.
contested.
We see a dogfight going on. Yeah, the orange team a little bit slow, and that's going to affect the balance of this flag here. All right, we'll see. We'll see who makes the first move. It looks like Walter White might be attacking. No, he's backing off. Thor 311, he's just absolutely suiciding his units into Kronjack. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was all about. Meanwhile, we have Goulsbane just rushing.
5 minutes remaining.
Rushing Groove and Kronjack. I'm not sure what. Yeah, Groove is forced to pull back his army. All these archers are going to be slaughtered. What is going on? Now it looks like the orange berserks might have been slaughtered by Groove. There was no real tactical basis for that. Perhaps Goulsbane's team is just going for BC. I do believe highest damage does get a point, so there is some merit. Thor shooting me in the back, that's not optimal. But again, he's a returning player, so, you know, he might not know that you shouldn't shoot people of your own team in the back. And, yeah, I mean, that rush by Goulsbane really kind of doomed both their team and Groove's team, and it seems to be kind of just a two-team race now between Team Overdose and Team Obelix. And a lot of it is going to depend on archers and just whittling down the Zerks. We see some Baron Zerks here trying to get sneaky.
Team eliminated.
And Golesbane's team is going to go down. And yeah, it is really just a matter of dodging and trying to kill as many of these Zerks as possible. I think these Zerks, this warrior pack here from Killer King, sort of a very rare mistake from an otherwise usually pretty alert Killer King. These warriors absolutely need to be up in here absorbing damage. Killer King going to slaughter these archers.
Team eliminated.
Alright, now this is a two-person race, 79 versus 70%. It's anybody's game. Overdoses team, I gotta make up 6 seconds somehow. A lot of fire going down, those dogs are eating up all the Zerks. Nice wolf rush there from Team Obelix.
One minute remaining. Flag contested.
You see these warriors again. Killer King should have been in there.
Seconds remaining. Flag captured.
Not sure if Overdose's team is going to get this. This wolf only needs to get like half a second. Spy should have just suicided to get half a second.
Game.
Oh, but it looks like they're going to get it anyway. I would say very lucky from Team Obelix. And of course, I don't want to blame people, but again, Killer King could have put those soldiers, those warriors, in the flag during that Archer Zerk standoff to absorb some damage and get some time, and we could have pushed them off the flag. But you know, again, I don't want to blame Killer King or anything, but that's something he could have done. But we got second place. It's still pretty good. But I do believe, according to the perm, yes, the perm says that Team Obelix, Spy, and Walter White are going to escape with the victory. So good job for them. You know, a lot of this game was dictated by the almost psychopathic rush from Golesbane's team, catching Groove's team completely off guard, slaughtering all the archers and warriors and such, and that really kind of threw off the balance of the game, but such is free-for-all. Right, now moving on, this is Body Count, the Stench of Ghouls, 4-star map, and it looks like there's about 14 people here, so here we go. Well, we see a team of Sengley, Kronjack, and Thor, Obelix, Golesbane, and Walter White, Spy, Killer King, and Groove, Overdose, Baron, Scratch, and Stalin. This is body count, so I have no idea what this golden orb thing is, but there's tons of pus lying around, so Ghols become valuable. There's a lot of Ghols. It's in the name, the stench of Ghols. It's implied that you got to get a lot of them. But of course, you also have to max fetch pretty much every time. Soulless, I don't know how useful Soulless are going to be. I mean, there's this deep water, so they might be somewhat useful. It is a very small map, so the Soulless might be used to whittle down some of the fetch. But yeah, I really think that the fetch or the power units, looks like Stalin might be AFK. Or no, I think Baron was, I gave the fetch to Baron, but he was AFK. We see Sanglane picking up some cannonballs. Nobody from my team picked up the cannonballs. Or it seems from Spy's team. A white just exploded. I don't know what that was. No, minus 10 damage. Something happened there. We do see some pus going down. Meanwhile, we see Obelix's team coming up behind. Killer King needs to watch out. Oh, some kind of pus bomb or something blew up one of Killer King's fetch. White's exploding. So Killer King is going to lose the fetch, even though they're in the lead right now. Team Donera Aficionados is kind of up against it. I do like the creativities from Sanglane with the cannonball pus explosions. Nice fetch shot there from Stalin. I did like the cannonball pus combo from Sanglane, but I don't like the unit trade with all of these fetch. Or sorry, all of these Soulless. I think it's kind of a waste of points. Ooh, they are going to get that fetch though. But it's an awful lot of points to spend on these Soulless. Nice white there to blow up those Soulless. Kronjack's got the fetch here. He needs to be pushing these Soulless. Actually, I need to get more aggressive because running out of bodies to kill. I don't know why Stalin disengaged. He's going after a white instead of going after all these damage points here. He seems to be tunneled in on... Yeah, this is not really helping. And now my Soulless are kind of on their heels. There we go. Yeah, these vets should just be steamrolling everything. I don't know why he's chasing that white.
Team eliminated.
Alright, and this is pretty much it. Nice throw there from the crazy Ghols. And it looks like they're going to try and extend this game here. Alright, I think I'm just going to fast forward this. Just some monkeying around here.
5 minutes remaining.
Stalin needs to be blasting this white. I don't know.
Team eliminated.
All right, there we go. So yeah, that was an interesting game there. Very small map, a lot of chaos, a lot of pus.
Game over.
And yeah. All right, here we go. I think this will be my last game in this video. We will do the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I'll just do this one also. King of the map, Mudpit Massacre Dark. Doesn't seem to be anything weird about this map. This seems to be regular Mudpit Massacre. Anyway, we have Stalin Smoke Shop with Stalin Overdose and Coldspane, Bond Decord with Bran, Obelix and Kronjack, Bootlickers, Scratch Singling, Groove, Slick Not Pushed Back, Walter White, Thor 311, Spy, Scunnion, Dishers, Psalm, and Killer King.
Game on.
I kind of like this trade here. Psalm, believe it or not. The fetch have
Flag
a tendency to get
captured.
isolated and then just
Flag
kicked really
captured.
easily. And since it is king of the map, I do
Flag
prefer the
captured.
small but quick
Flag
units.
captured.
Now this is a trade I absolutely do not like. The
Flag
max
captured.
soulless max fetch
Flag
one
lost.
trowel.
Flag contested.
Yeah, I really don't like this one from scratch.
Flag captured.
I
Flag
think this is very
contested.
similar to
Flag
what Stalin
lost.
got. I think it's
Flag
kind of a normal
captured.
trade, even though I don't really
Flag
like it. I think,
contested.
again, the fetch
Flag
just
captured.
die too easily,
Flag
and they
captured.
don't really fit the game type that well. Baron looks like opted for 3 whites, so some creative strategies. Again, there's no pressure because these are casual games here.
Flag
But
captured.
yeah, I will
Flag
say that I'm not a
captured.
fan of this yellow
Flag lost.
yellow team strategy here. Just
Flag
very
captured.
slow ranged units. But that being
Flag
said, they do have
contested.
control of 4 flags more than anybody else.
Flag captured.
So what do I know?
Flag lost.
We do have a fight here. Thor 311's running
Flag
for his life,
captured.
but it looks like he's going to get trapped. But Walter White is coming by to help.
Flag
That's good.
captured. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag lost.
Killer King gonna wipe out those trow, or those fetch.
Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag
Alright,
contested.
so a lot of spread out armies, not much confrontation here. There is 5:45 to
Flag
go, so
captured.
I don't expect anybody to have
Flag
an all-out
captured.
fight.
Flag lost.
We have Psalm and Spy. Looks like this Trow is going to get capped. He's going to get pinched. Oh, okay, never mind.
Flag captured. Flag captured.
Here comes that wall of Soulless and Fetch going after Obelix. Obelix should be focusing on these guys, not on the Fetch. Not on the Shroud.
5 minutes remain. Flag captured. Flag lost.
I'm not sure what Obelix is doing,
Flag
focusing
contested.
the Fetch fire on the Trow when he should be shooting
Flag
literally
lost.
anything else.
Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag lost. Flag lost. Flag captured.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was with Obelix. He had 3 fetch. Now, first of all, the fetch were in the back.
Captured.
I mean, you want your fetch to be in the front. Second of all, you know, there was Soulless, there was fetch, and a Trow, and he chose to attack the Trow with the fetch, which, you know, I think
Flag
was just
contested.
wrong on so many levels.
Flag captured. Flag
and I think
captured.
all of
Flag
those
lost.
all of those units paid the
Flag
price,
captured.
even
Flag
though
contested.
it was 4 fetch versus 3 fetch. So I
Flag
think he could have backed
captured.
off. That might have been the better move, to just give yellow the flag, but yeah. So as much as I've criticized the yellow team for their unit trade, they
Flag
do have 4
captured.
flags, 93% of their
captured.
army. Maybe they know something that I don't. We see that there's just nobody going for these
Flag
flags
lost.
over here. And it seems like most of the combat
Flag
is in this
captured.
northern area.
Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured.
And yeah, with
Flag
93%,
contested. Flag
I
captured.
think
Flag lost. Flag captured.
I think the yellow team,
Flag
they might have
lost.
this one locked up.
Flag captured. Flag captured.
Should
Flag
maybe think about
contested.
splitting up here.
Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. 1 minute remaining. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag contested. 30 seconds remaining. Flag lost. Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag contested.
This purple trout
Flag
just throwing
contested. Flag
hands.
captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Game over.
All right. And yeah, I mean, what I thought was by far the worst trade of all the 5 teams, they managed to pull out the victory. I don't know if it was specifically because of the unit trade or perhaps some really good play. It looks like Groove got a lot of damage. You know, a scratch, 7 kills, 1 loss. So I mean, they definitely dished out some damage. But yeah, I mean, it's a strange game. Again, I thought the unit trade was weird, but maybe they know something I don't. Alright, it's 10:15. I should probably wrap it up, but yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more games in the week 1 of the Kronjack Random FFA Tournament. I'll see you guys in the next video.